Dr. Sachs. I'm Dr. P, and this is my wife. I came in today because I'm not feeling the best. Like something just feels kind of off.
Dr. P, that's a Coke bottle.
That's Coke, but I've done it again. See, this is one of the issues I'm not feeling well with. I keep mistaking my wife for Coke bottles and hats, and I keep patting fire hydrants, but I don't. It seems right, but it's not.
Hold up. Can we rewind that? Okay, stop. Play from there.
I keep mistaking my wife for Coke bottles and hats, and I keep patting fire hydrants, but I don't. It seems right, but it's not.
Right. So what's going on here? P was suffering from visual agnosia. Visual agnosia typically occurs due to an error in the visual processing pathway, which is located in the occipital lobe.
In the occipital lobe, visual agnosia typically takes place in affecting parts of the extrastriate cortex. This is very important for the perception of objects. In the extrastriate cortex, there are two different pathways, one being the dorsal stream, which takes root towards the parietal lobe and tells our brain where an object is, because the parietal lobe deals a lot with spatial recognition. And then it also has the ventral stream, which is the more affected in visual agnosia. The ventral stream travels towards the temporal lobe and helps with identifying what an object is. Like, I'm looking at a piece of paper and a pencil. I know the paper is on the table due to my dorsal stream, but I know that it is a piece of paper due to my ventral stream.
What's causing the interruption in the ventral stream?
Visual agnosia is usually caused by trauma or a stroke, leading to lesions in this area of the brain. In Dr. P's case, the cause is uncertain, but thought to have been a degradation over time.
Let's get back to the video.
When did this start?
It probably started a couple years ago or so. It didn't seem as bad. I feel like I noticed some changes in my painting, but now it's just, I feel embarrassed.
People bring it up a lot.
People bring it up a lot. As you can see, I brought a Coke bottle instead of my wife to my doctor's appointment, so it's rough sometimes.
Right. So let's do a neurological examination. You can put your shoe back on. Dr. P, the shoe.
My shoe.
Yeah. That's your foot.
Oh, my foot. Okay. Where's my shoe?
Here, let me help you out. There you go.
Oh. Thank you. My shoe, my foot. You see what I mean? My wife.
Well, everything seems normal from a neurological standpoint. The basic neurological examination was all good. So, let's do a private interview later on in your home.
Okay, we'll set up a home visit then.
Yeah. Hello, Dr. B.
Hi, Dr. Sachs. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing just fine.
So we're going to start off with some having you identify some objects.
Okay.
So here I have an object. I want you to tell me what it is.
Well, I can see a green tube-like feature, some reds at the top, thorns.
As you can see, Dr. P was unable to identify the object, a rose. At the real home visit, Dr. Sachs presented Dr. P with an actual rose, and Dr. P was unable to determine its identity visually. However, upon smelling the flower, he immediately exclaimed, "Beautiful! An early rose! What a heavenly smell!" Likewise, this was Dr. P's method for identifying most objects in his surroundings, including faces. As part of the home visit, Dr. Sachs practiced identifying faces with Dr. P. The inability to recognize familiar faces is known as prosopagnosia. In the case of Dr. P, he was able to recognize faces based off of a distinct marker. So he would search the face to identify one single feature that would let him understand who that person is. In this case, we had an approximate drawing of Dr. P's brother, Paul. Paul had a square jaw and a large nose. In the first picture, you can see each feature is quite clear. And then, over time, the features become more blurry and unable to be recognized. At the end, Dr. P could only recognize his brother by identifying either the square jaw or the large nose, and then identifying the second feature to indicate to him that this was, in fact, his brother.
What doctors, physicians are tending to do now is symptomatic treatments and supportive therapies. So a lot of people are doing kind of like cognitive therapies of finding something that can keep them on track. So in the case of Dr. P, he sang through everything he did. And if he lost that thought or that song, he would kind of freeze up and forget what he was doing. But as long as he continued to have that predicted environment of, okay, if I sing to myself, like I know what I'm doing. Also a helpful thing is not rearranging furniture in a household, so the people who have this condition know where they, like how to get around. And also it's been helpful to like lay clothes out for them every day in the same spot so they know they have that repetition and know where they're going. Great. So what does this what does this case in particular bring to maybe future cases of visual agnosia?
Well, in the case of Dr. P, one of the main things that they do in this case is the idea that not only is the brain mechanism important, but it's also important how personal experiences affect how they perceive the world.
I just don't feel right.
Oliver Sacks, right? Oliver Sacks? That's me. Let's start over. You're Dr. P.
Oliver Sacks? Oliver Sacks.
How about you smell it? Smell it.
You used some scratch and sniff markers. This smells like a rose.